and Junior College. I'm Ms. Payal Pawar, the Career Counselor of the school. Welcome you all to this webinar. First and foremost, let me congratulate all the CBSE and ICSE students of grade 10 for excelling and passing their grade 10 with flying colors. And I wish all the very best to the students from other boards for their results. It gives me a fantastic feeling of bliss to organize this wonderful session for our parents and students. Furthermore, I am loaded with incredible pride that our school has always strived to host various events and fairs progressively on a noteworthy scale, which I'm very confident is undoubtedly going to help our students stir their career wheels in the right direction. You all have witnessed time and again that as a school, we believe in giving a complete handholding to our students, be it in selecting subjects after grade 8 or selecting stream, college, career, courses, portfolio building, non-academic engagements after grade 10, 12, or applying to universities, be it Indian or international. The school has always strived for paving their students' education roadmap. And dear parents and students, this is one more effort in that direction. Taking right decision at the right time is one of the major key to success. Also, along with academics, the student has to strive to build a strong portfolio and inculcate research skills. The international curriculum is curated to encourage students to think critically and logically about the topics they discuss in the curriculum. It also helps students to problem solve and develop, investigate, and develop these kind of skills. It has a plethora of subject selection which empowers students to learn those based on their interest. Each subject gives a deep understanding of each concept and independent thinking skills. So let me take this pride to inform that 4 of our students are toppers in SAT. So may I kindly request Makran sir to please show those slides. So the next slide, please. Thank you. So these are the students who are toppers in SAT. These are the students of our AS and A level. The next slide, please, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible. Thank you so much, sir. Taking this further, now let me take this pride to announce you all and introduce you all to an educationalist, a passionate speaker, and a core academician, an entrepreneur and a visionarian who has been instrumental in influencing the lives of above 1 lakh parents, 50,000 students, 800 teachers, 500 headmasters through his various programs and ventures from past 20 years. I extend my hearty welcome to the CMD of the Pote Group of Education and the Cambria International School and Junior College, Mr. Bipin Pote, sir. May I kindly request Bipin, sir, to address our parents?
Okay, thank you, Pal Madam. Good morning, all the students. Yeah, I'm purposely saying good morning. Come on, quickly. I would like to see your good morning in chat.
Good morning, sir.
In message, yeah, please quickly. Let me see how many students are active. Yeah, Hina Madam, good to see you. Sakshi, good morning. Why I'm saying good morning, I'll explain it quickly. Palla, good morning. Are itne slow? Hello. Quick, immediately. Disha, good morning. I think COVID के बाद में आप भूल के हो कितना quickly हम response करते थे. Hetan, good evening. Tia, अथर्व, मुझे इतना पॉज लेना पड़ रहा है नाम लिखे. चलो ठीक है. Asmi, अद्रिका. Okay, चलो. जितने बच्चे quickly करें, thank you very much. Reverting on quickly basis. First of all, I hope यहाँ पे we have a mixed crowd of 10th, 11th, 12th standard student, and the session is all about if you want to pursue education abroad, study abroad. And my every session I'm asking three questions that these are the three important decisions in life. Anyone remember the three? कौन से तीन important decisions होते life में? Which are the three important decisions in your life? Quickly हम लोग interactive session करने वाले हैं. Which are the three important decisions in your life? कौन सा मोबाइल लेना ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, कौन सी गाड़ी लेनी इंपॉर्टेंट, कौन से तीन इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन है? फिनेंस एंड करियर, ओके, अथर्व, मेक सेंस. एंड थ्री, क्विकली कौन से तीन इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन आपको लाइफ में लेने होते हैं? ओनली करियर, ओके, चलो कोई बोल रहा है रिलेशनशिप, मुझे कोई बोल रहा है ओके गाड़ी नहीं व्हीकल इंपॉर्टेंट. हाँ, मृदुला, करियर, मैरिज, रेसिडेंस. थैंक यू वेरी मच. यूनिवर्सिटी, जॉब, रिटायरमेंट. अभी तक करियर शुरू नहीं हुआ, यू आर थिंकिंग फॉर रिटायरमेंट. ओके, थ्री आर द मेजरली इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन इन लाइफ जिसके इर्द गिर्द लाइफ होती है. योर करियर, योर रिलेशनशिप एंड वेयर यू आर गोइंग टू स्टे. कौन से लोगों के साथ, कौन से कंट्री में, कौन से एरिया में आप रहोगे. ये तीन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन है और इसके लिए टाइम निकाल के रिसर्च करके वी शुड ऑलवेज वी शुड थिंक प्रॉपरली विथ ऑल डेटा. एंड करियर डिसीजन, रिलेशनशिप डिसीजन एंड द लोग और एरिया और कंट्री, कौन से लोगों के साथ, कौन से दोस्तों के साथ आप रहोगे. आउट ऑफ दैट करियर डिसीजन, आप अगर 12th में हो तो ऑलरेडी अपने साइंस, कॉमर्स या स्ट्रीम सेलेक्ट कर लिए हैं जो 10th में आने वाले समय में करेंगे. Which people you are going to stay, it's very important. Let me understand how many of you have already decided कि मुझे ये करना है post 12. अगर आपने सोचा हुआ है तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं सोचा हुआ है तो प्लीज प्लान. जो 11th में बच्चे या 10th में बच्चे, पोस्ट 12th आप क्या करोगे? अभी आई डोंट नो द डेटा कितने बच्चे 12th में है यहाँ पे, बट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, आप कौन से लोगों के साथ रहते हो वैसे आप बन जाते हो. I'm every session I'm telling you. Very interesting story. Recently, last week, I was reading two friends who were there in 2008 में दो दोस्त थे. Both decided to meet in France, पेरिस में मिले ये लोग एक कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए. आफ्टर कॉन्फ्रेंस में ऑब्वियसली इट्स इन यूरोप, स्नो फॉलिंग कभी भी हो जाता है. स्नो फॉलिंग हो रही थी, then they were not getting टैक्सी नहीं मिल रही थी उन्हें एंड बड़ी क्यू लग गई होटल के बाहर. एंड रिसेप्शनिस्ट ने बोला कि इफ यू वांट टू बुक कार, आपने अगर कार बुक करी है, नहीं करिए तो 3 से 4 घंटा आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा. दीज आर द नंबर्स ऑफ ट्रैवलर्स, टूरिस्ट वालों का नंबर है, उनसे आप बात करिए एंड बुक योर कार. सो 3.5 घंटा ये दो दोस्त इन 2008 पेरिस में एक कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल के बाहर 3 घंटा खड़े थे. जनरली दो दोस्त, मैंने बोला ना 3 इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन कौन से लोगों के साथ आप रहते हो, तो जनरली ऐसे टाइम पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं, वी आर विल चिट चैट, विल हैव फूड, बातें, गॉसिप, ये सब होते हैं. दिस टू आर डिस्कसिंग कि यार ये इतनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, 3-3.5 घंटा हम लोग लाइन में खड़े एंड हमें टैक्सी नहीं मिल रही है, तो क्या करना चाहिए इस प्रॉब्लम के लिए. और 3 घंटा डिस्कस करने के बाद दे गॉट अ टैक्सी. आफ्टर दैट दूसरे दिन भी उन्होंने डिस्कशन चालू रखा. डिस्कशन के बाद में ये दो लोग ये है, ट्रेविस केल्निक एंड गैरेट कैम. एंड उसी दिन उबेर का जन्म हुआ 2009 में. उबर आ गई. इमेजिन अ सिचुएशन, ऐसे क्यू में आप खड़े हो और आपके पीयर जो दोस्त आप कौन से है, कौन से लोगों के साथ आप बैठते हो. ऑब्वियसली हम इंस्टा निकालेंगे, फेसबुक निकालेंगे, स्नैपचैट निकालेंगे, विल हैव अ चिट चैट, विल हैव अ गॉसिप. एंड इफ विल हैव सच काइंड ऑफ पीपल जहां पे कोई स्टार्टअप जन्म ले सकता है. इसके लिए कौन से लोगों के साथ आप रहते हो इंपॉर्टेंट है. करियर के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव डिसाइडेड, कितने लोगों ने डिसाइड कर लिया है पोस्ट 12 कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी लेनी है? चलो क्विकली, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर वेरी क्लियर कि मुझे पोस्ट 12 के बाद ये यूनिवर्सिटी लेनी है, मुझे ये यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन लेना है. अशोका, ओके. एनी अदर, कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटीज, इंटरनेशनल, नेशनल, एनी यूनिवर्सिटी हैव यू फाइनलाइज्ड जहां पे आपने सोचा है कि मुझे ये यूनिवर्सिटी में लेना है? हेलो, हाँ, होटल मैनेजमेंट इन यूके, ओके। एंड अगर सोचा नहीं है तो आई इंसिस्ट, सोचा है तो पहले आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क व्हाई यू आर थिंकिंग, फॉर एग्जांपल अथर्व सिंह होटल मैनेजमेंट इन यूके, व्हाई होटल मैनेजमेंट इन यूके ओनली? फर्स्ट आस्क सम क्वेश्चन टू योरसेल्फ कि मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ, why I am selecting the country, why I am selecting the university. It's only because of trend, it's because मेरे दोस्त जा रहे हैं, it's because मुझे एक फैमिली से फ्रीडम चाहिए, या मुझे मैंने नेटफ्लिक्स पे देख लिया कि यार इंटरनेशनली ऐसा पढ़ा जाता है, मजा आता है. Find out your why first going abroad or whether you will be learn in India और आप एजुकेशन इंडिया में लो या इंडिया के बाहर लो, क्लियर हो जाओ कि मुझे करना क्यों. And 4-5 पॉइंट मैं बता दूंगा, and then surely you will have a expert session for various country college और वहाँ पे क्या है क्या नहीं है. 5 थिंग मेरे हिसाब से you need to think post 12. जो बच्चे अभी 12 के रिजल्ट का वेट कर रहे हैं, जो 11th में है, 12 के बाद यूनिवर्सिटी डिसीजन, ग्रेजुएशन का डिसीजन लेंगे. 5-6 इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग आई वांट, वेदर अब्रॉड जाना है, कोई कंट्री में जाना है, कोई इंडिया में पढ़ना है, इंडिया के बाहर जाना है, कहीं पे भी जाना है. 6 इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच यू शुड थिंक, रिसर्च इस पे करना बहुत जरूरी है. सबसे पहले इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज कि मैं यहां जाऊं कि मैं वहां जाऊं, देन टेक डिफिकल्ट चॉइस. मैं रेगुलरली ये बोल रहा हूं, 10 किलोमीटर भागने की तैयारी करो, 5 किलोमीटर भाग जाओ, कर लोगे आसाम से. इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज, टेक डिफिकल्ट चॉइस. डोंट गो फॉर एनी सिंपल चॉइस कि मैं कर लूंगा बहुत आसानी से. नहीं करना चाहिए. सेकेंड, 5-6 इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, वेदर आपको कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी लेनी है, इंडिया के बाहर कोई भी. फर्स्ट, आपको नेक्स्ट 3 to 5 years में जो यूनिवर्सिटी, जो कोर्स आपको एम्प्लॉयबल बनाएगा. I'd seen thousands of teachers, sales guides, HR, इतने लोगों के हम इंटरव्यू लेते हैं, 27-28 तक ये एम्प्लॉयबल नहीं बनते. उनके इतने स्किल्स लैकिंग होते हैं, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल लैकिंग होता है, उन्हें कोई टेक्नोलॉजी के स्किल्स का भी कुछ लैकिंग होते हैं, उनके सब्जेक्ट की एक्सपर्टीज उनकी पूरी नहीं हो रही थी. तो फर्स्ट यूनिवर्सिटी आप कोई भी सिलेक्ट करो तो फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया आपको लगाना चाहिए कि वेदर दिस यूनिवर्सिटी और दिस कंट्री विल हेल्प मी टू बिकम एम्प्लॉयबल, क्योंकि जो जॉब देने वाले हैं आपको वो देखेंगे कि आपके पास कितने स्किल्स है. तो नेक्स्ट 3 to 5 years का आपका ग्रेजुएशन और डिग्री का कोई भी कोर्स, कोई भी कंट्री, कुछ भी हो, 5 years आपको एम्प्लॉयबल करना चाहिए उस यूनिवर्सिटी ने. नंबर 1. सेकेंड, एक्सपोजर. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एक्सपोजर यू विल हैव, कितने एक्सपोजर मिलेंगे आपको, नेशनल इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर हो यूनिवर्सिटी में, कहीं पे भी. मैं आई एम नॉट ओनली फोकसिंग कि आप इंडिया के बाहर जाओ, कहीं पे भी जाओ, ये चीजें देखना बहुत जरूरी है. रिसर्च करने के पॉइंट है कि ये यूनिवर्सिटी से मैं कोर्स के थ्रू या यूनिवर्सिटी के थ्रू मैं एम्प्लॉयबल बनूंगा क्या. सेकंड, मैं एक्सपोजर मुझे कितना मिला जाएगा. थर्ड थिंग, स्पेशलाइजेशन एंड डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, ये दोनों चीजें होनी चाहिए. बीइंग इन इंटरनेशनल स्कूल एंड कॉलेज, वी आर द ओनली कॉलेज और स्कूल जहां पे सब्जेक्ट ऑप्शन मिल जाते हैं. 11th-12th में भी आप स्पेशलाइज एक सब्जेक्ट ए लेवल में इतने डीप में पढ़ते हो कि एक सब्जेक्ट को लेके करियर हो सकता है. बट ऑब्वियसली एक सब्जेक्ट के करियर के साथ में आपको डाइवर्सिटी भी ऐड होनी चाहिए करिकुलम में. सो इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वो यूनिवर्सिटी, वो कोर्स करिकुलम आपको कितना डाइवर्सिफिकेशन भी कर रहा है, स्पेशलाइजेशन भी और डाइवर्सिफिकेशन. सपोज यू आर गोइंग टू परस्यू द फिजिक्स, फॉर मेजर में फिजिक्स करने वाले या मेजर में इंग्लिश करने वाले, तो क्या इंग्लिश के साथ फिलोसॉफी आ रहा है, क्या इंग्लिश के साथ में बिजनेस स्टडीज दे रहे हैं, क्या इंग्लिश के साथ साइकोलॉजी की भी मुझे नो हाउ मिल रही है, कितने, या टेक्नोलॉजी के, एआई के कोई कोर्सेज मिल रहे हैं. तो स्पेशलाइजेशन के साथ में क्या डाइवर्सिफिकेशन के ऑप्शंस मिल रहे हैं, दैट यू नीड टू थिंक. थर्ड, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फैकल्टी दिस यूनिवर्सिटी विल हैव, वो फैकल्टी की रिव्यू देखनी जरूरी है. पीयर ग्रुप कौन सा होगा, वहां आने वाले कौन से देश है. सपोज यू विल गो अब्रॉड, एक क्लास में आप बैठोगे तो पूरी दुनिया के बच्चे वहां पे होंगे, स्टूडेंट वहां पे. तो जस्ट इमेजिन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पर्सपेक्टिव यू विल हैव. तो हमेशा पीयर देखिए, फैकल्टी ग्रुप कौन सा होगा देखिए. सी दैट द फोर्थ पॉइंट, ये 3 हो गए, एम्प्लॉयबल, एक्सपोजर, देन फैकल्टी एंड पीयर ग्रुप. फोर्थ वन इज, ये 3 स्किल वहां पे आपके कोर्स और कंट्री में या ड्यूरिंग दैट 3 to 5 years में डेवलप होंगे क्या. एम्पैथी, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी. एम्पैथी, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी. एम्पैथी, अगर आप लीडर अच्छा बनना चाहते हो, बिजनेस करना चाहते हो, कुछ भी करना चाहते हो, नेक्स्ट 5 years में आपको खुद के लिए तो सोचना है, खुद के सक्सेस के लिए तो सोचना है, बट यू शुड हैव एम्पैथी कि मैं जिन लोगों के लिए प्रोडक्ट सर्विसेज दूं उनके लाइफ में क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाऊं। मुझे लोगों का दर्द, पेन, अच्छा बुरा सब समझ में आना चाहिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सेकंड, आप में कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए टू हैंडल एनी काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन। थर्ड थिंग इज एडेप्टेबिलिटी। आप में एडेप्टेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए ड्यूरिंग 5 years लाइफ स्पैन की कोई भी यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ में, कोई भी देश में, कि आप नई चीजें सीखने के लिए रेडी रहो। आप कंप्लीट वन साइडेड डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ आपकी, तो ये चीजें देखनी चाहिए। नेक्स्ट इज सेल्फ डिस्कवरी, आपकी होनी जरूरी है। नेक्स्ट 5 years विल डिसाइड लॉट ऑफ थिंग इन योर लाइफ। जो 12th में है, जो 11th में, उनके लिए 6, ऑब्वियसली जो 10th में उनके लिए 7 years। तो ये 5, 6, 7 years जो है आपके लाइफ के बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सेल्फ डिस्कवरी होना बहुत जरूरी कि एग्जैक्टली विच आर माई स्ट्रेंथ, मैं कोलैब कहाँ पे कर सकूं, मेरे स्ट्रेंथ कौन से, मेरे वीकनेस कौन से, इसकी क्लैरिटी आपको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से होनी चाहिए। तो ये मेरे पॉइंट है जहां पे द फर्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू चेकलिस्ट बनाइए कि मुझे यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयबल बनाया जाएगा, एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी होगी क्या, फर्स्ट। सेकंड, एक्सपोजर मिलेगा क्या, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है एक्सपोजर। फैकल्टी कैसे होगी, पीयर ग्रुप कैसे होगा। फोर्थ वन इज एम्पैथी, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड एडेप्टेबिलिटी डेवलप होगी क्या, एंड सेल्फ डिस्कवरी होगी क्या। तो ये 5-6 चीजें हैं जो आपको एनी यूनिवर्सिटी, एनी कंट्री, यू शुड चेक। मेक श्योर कि ROI आप क्या करोगे, the university which you are going to select, the course which you are going to select, इसके बाद 7 साल के बाद जॉब ऑप्शन क्या होंगे, आपको रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या मिलेगा, ये देखना जरूरी है। और जितने बच्चे यहाँ पे स्पेशली AS लेवल और IB, इनके लिए एक एज होता है अब्रॉड जाने के लिए, क्योंकि ये करिकुलम मैप होता है AS लेवल का, ये थॉट प्रोसेस मैप होती है, आपकी जो असेसमेंट पैटर्न है वो मैप हो जाता है इंटरनेशनली, कोई भी कंट्री में आप जाइए। तो एक एज तो है जो बच्चे IGCSE और IB से है, बट ऑब्वियसली जो CBSE ICSE वो भी कर सकते, बड़ी बात नहीं है। यू जस्ट नीड टू कीप फोकस। सो मेक श्योर टेक अ राइट डिसीजन, मेक श्योर दैट आपके पेरेंट के जो पैसे इन्वेस्ट होंगे कहीं पे भी वो रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट हो, आप एम्प्लॉयबल बनो, एंड मेक योरसेल्फ, योर फैमिली एंड मेक दिस कंट्री प्राउड through you, through your working. So thank you very much. This is anything which you'll have any question, I'll be there at Q&A session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bipin sir. Thank you, sir, for gracing our audience with your enlightening words and wisdom. Parents and students, at the end of the session, we would have a Q&A round, and I would also be posting the feedback link. So, I mean, whatever questions you have, just park it till then, and then you can ask your questions. Taking this further, now, may I introduce you to our guest speaker, Ms. Sheetal Sawant, who has done her majors in economics and masters in business management with specialization in human resource. She has an experience of 16 plus years in the field of HR, counseling, and handling different strategic initiatives in various industries like manufacturing, telecom, service industry. In order to support and educate the right career guidance and provide support in abroad education, she came up with her own in-house service, Ask Away, in the year 2020. So may I kindly request Sheetal ma'am to address our students and parents here on. Sheetal ma'am.
Ma'am, you're mute.
Yeah, I'm on mute, so sorry about it. Yeah, so thank you so much, Payal ma'am. And it is wonderful to have all the students and the faculty from Cambria School over here today. So I'm sure everybody is excited to know about what are the opportunities abroad, how one has to go about it, and things like that. Today, we are going to cover about certain highlights about each country that we can think of going for education abroad. And it's a wonderful opportunity that Cambria School has provided to its students and even the students and parents to have this highlight at this stage, because a lot of times we get a query that, okay, fine, ma'am, you know, when somebody has to go abroad, they come like after 12th for their bachelor studies, they come during that time, and most of the times, it would have been either too late or they would have skipped some timelines. So it's better that we are planning and discussing at this stage, and school is taking that efforts to educate their students for how to plan their career better. Yeah. So thank you so much for providing this opportunity. And I think without any delay, let's start with our presentation. So it's today me, Sheetal Sawant, and I also have my partner, Mr. Rajesh Kadam, who is a part of this forum today. So we both are there, and I'll be sharing certain insights on education abroad and how we can pursue that. Yeah, so most of the students, I'm sure, would be thinking, or basically, I want to understand from students that what generally comes in your mind when you think of education abroad. Yeah. So students can write it on the chat box. So I'm sure it would be certain preconceptions like, probably study abroad is either too expensive or, I'm not sure. I really don't know about certain foreign language. So how would I be able to settle there? I don't know the process, how to go about it. I want to really go, but I don't know the process. Yeah. And, there can be, I don't have anybody there, I will be alone in that country. So will I be able to survive in that country better? Only when I have to settle in that country, I have to plan education abroad. So no, these are certain preconceptions. So why generally a student has to think about a study abroad is the many genuine reasons for the same are it definitely provides certain world-class education, and we have schools like Cambria and other international schools who are giving you that edge over in terms of taking up a big leap in the abroad education sector by giving you a kind of in preparation that IGCSE kind of in schools and IB schools can do. Yeah. So you are at the right platform. Then you also have, you also get exposed to new kind of in culture. Whatever education that you take for your education abroad, it certainly adds on to your CV. There are a lot of research options that are provided by some of the wonderful universities abroad, which we will talk about in later slides. Also, somebody is really planning to settle abroad or, wish to go abroad and at least have an experience staying in that country for good 10, 20 years, and then probably come back to India. The kind of an early planning will always help them. The time that they will go from the bachelor's studies is definitely going to help them for settlement. Also, when you go in a new culture, you learn new language. It is not only about that you have all Indians, you will have n number of cultural differences and, different cultural people that would be present there, right? So it will certainly be a kind of a good exposure for you. So yes, let's talk about when we plan for certain countries, there are certain kind of an entrance exams you need to really plan for. So when, we have listed certain entrance exams here. So anybody who is intending to go for an undergraduate program, SAT is a mandatory entrance exam that has to be given for specifically for US and Canada kind of in countries. Yes, but SAT is very well accepted even in all top-notch universities in all other countries for undergraduate programs. And even now it has very much impact on most of the top universities in India as well, right? So SAT preparation is definitely going to help you. I think you have your school who also takes for SAT preparations, and that's a wonderful thing that the school has taken an initiative about, right? Then this is LSAT is an exam typically given as an entrance exam for law-related programs. Then you have GMAT, which is a typical, management. If you're planning for any business or management-related programs post your graduation, then GMAT has to be given. Now GMAT, GRE, all this kind of an exams are specifically for US, Canada, and top-notch universities in other countries. UK and other countries have kind of an waivers for GRE and GMAT. Yeah. So GMAT specifically for business management and management programs, it's what people aspire for or basically give for. And then GRE is majorly for all MS related programs, all engineering related programs in US, Canada, and top other universities. Yeah, so these are the mandatory exams that people have to give if they're planning for their undergraduate programs or even graduate programs in any of the countries abroad. Yeah. Apart from that, now there is one mandatory exam which all the students have to give is IELTS or TOEFL. Now, what is IELTS or TOEFL? It is mainly the language proficiency test. It is an English language proficiency test, which test on your English as a language. Yeah, so guys, can you all be on mute? There is some background noise. Yeah, thank you so much. So IELTS and TOEFL, so either of IELTS or TOEFL can be given. So TOEFL, initially, a lot of people who aspire to go for US, Canada, they always heard that TOEFL dena hai. Okay, so TOEFL is nothing but an English language test exam. It's test of foreign English language. Okay, so TOEFL to hai hi, but then aajkal there is IELTS, which is again nationally and internationally accepted entrance exam test for English as a language. Yeah, so IELTS is very much accepted in UK, European countries, US, Canada, everywhere you can go ahead with IELTS also. So generally this test has 4 modules, your reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Now it is not that simple as it sounds because there are certain interpretations that is expected out of each module. Yeah. So it is always suggested to either go through a lot of mock tests and a proper preparation if you have to go ahead with any kind of this abroad education. Yeah. So I hope people are clear that SAT and LSAT is kind of in programs which is mainly at the undergraduate levels. GMAT, GRE is kind of in programs basically for people who are graduated and want to go for a master's program. And IELTS is something which you have to give it for at all levels for all the kind of people who are aspiring to go out for education. Yeah. Now moving ahead, let's focus on the kind of in countries that we can discuss about, because a lot of times, there are some countries which, has certain uniqueness or certain things that people think of. Ki mujhe UK jana hai, to, what is about that country? So it's always better to know about that country. So if you talk about UK, London, suna hoga aapne, England. So these are the kind of country where certain things like majorly abroad education mein 2 kind of intakes hote hain. So there are 2 intakes mainly. One is for Jan intake and September intakes. Now September intakes mostly you will get a lot of options. Jan intakes, sometimes some universities are not completely open. They majorly have September intakes, but Jan intakes bhi option available hota hai. So it's like, what is this intake? It is like the way we start our curriculum in India in June, July. हमारे कॉलेजेस या स्कूल्स जनरली जून या जुलाई से स्टार्ट होते हैं, तो वहां पे जो नया ईयर स्टार्ट होता है दैट इज ड्यूरिंग जैन और सितंबर. सो दे हैव 2 intakes. Okay, then in UK general there is no application fee. There are some wonderful courses at master's levels which is again of 1 year. So somebody who has done even graduation or post-graduation, short post-graduation or diploma courses in India and wants to go abroad, even that can be thought of. They have some wonderful 1 year as well as 2 year courses. Now, generally course fees in UK would range somewhere between 11 lakhs to like around 20-25 lakhs per annum. So any country that you plan to go, there are 2 kind of expenses that people have to think about. 2 kind of expenses होते हैं. एक तो आपका tuition fees होता है and दूसरा is our living expense. Right? So your tuition fees is mainly what you pay in the college or universities, and your living expenses, obviously your stay and your fooding and everything, right? So that 2 expenses, you have to keep that in mind. So UK education starts from 11 lakhs till like 25 lakhs, depending on which university you are taking up. And the living expense somewhere is around 10 lakhs per annum. Now, most of the time, living expense is something that a students can earn, because there are a lot of part-time job opportunities available in these countries, which gives you good kind of an chance for you to earn your living expense. So mostly agar 10 lakh ka living expense bhi hai, so you can aram se earn around 7 to 8 lakhs or sometimes even more than 10 lakhs for your living expense through part-time jobs. Yeah. And this part-time jobs can very well be done even after your, your course. In the evening times or during the weekends or stuff like that. Yeah. Then your one wonderful thing about UK education is now in most of the countries like US or in Canada or whatever, your funds have to be pre-arranged, or sometimes your 3 months, 6 months old funds have to be there in your saving accounts. Now in UK, you have only 28 days fund old requirement. So maximum a month that you can put that in your saving accounts and show it for your visa requirements. Okay. So that is one advantage in UK. And that's the reason most of these students nowadays, we've seen the shift from a lot of other countries to UK. Yeah. So UK is definitely a most preferred destination these days, and study have shown that in last 3 to 4 years, when we have done the study, UK and European countries admissions have increased. Yeah. So that is the visa requirement. Then you also if you have to go at the undergraduate level, there is a kind of an UK VI IELTS that can also be accepted for a lot of graduate courses in UK. Now, which are the kind of top courses that students go for? Generally in UK, they go for your arts and design related courses, your business studies, your accounts and finance, computer science related courses. There are some wonderful courses in physiotherapy, biological sciences. So these are some wonderful courses that are offered. Now, which are the kind of topmost universities in UK? Like, you've heard of Oxford, you've heard of Cambridge. There is an Imperial College of London, then Greenwich University, Manchester, Surrey University. So these are some top level universities which offer some of the wonderful courses. Now, as you see, this international, most of these universities, like we have in Mumbai University, we have N number of courses. Similarly, in these universities, there are not one specific university only caters one kind of a program, but they have plethora of programs in terms of the offerings that they have for multiple courses, right? So I will just mention in general in terms of which top universities are there. So I hope you have made a note of it. Oxford, Cambridge. So I'm sure if somebody would have taken the IGCSE kind of an education, there are students from, your Cambria schools is offering best kind of an education which would support you for your foreign education. And if you've done IGCSE kind of a program, that certainly helps definitely, and you will be able to adjust in that kind of a curriculum in UK and European countries. Yeah. So moving ahead to the next country, which is France. Now, France, one of the most beautiful country, well known for a very, Paris is a very romantic for most of the couples. Then, it is also, Paris is also ranked as one of the top best students country. Yeah, student cities basically in the France. Then again, you have your September, October kind of an intakes and Jan to March kind of an intakes for France. The approximate tuition fees compared to, UK and other countries, US and all, Canada, France slightly offers, the cheaper kind of an options. You have universities ranging course from right from 7 to 8 lakhs till around 10 lakhs. Obviously, it goes on the higher level also. This is the minimum criteria that we are saying, minimum kind of an investment that you can expect for 1 year tuition fees. Yeah, and obviously the living expense is around 8 to 9 lakhs per annum. Now, most of the universities here have GRE and GMAT kind of in waivers. So, even if you're planning for kind of an master courses, basically, so these waivers can be provided. Then, wonderful thing about, France and those universities are most of the universities offer some good paid internship opportunities. Yeah, so while you're studying, most of the curriculums are 2 years. If you're going for 2 to 3 years curriculum, then last 6 months or 1 year kind of an year can be properly paid internship opportunities. Yeah, so there are this kind of an universities where they will give you an option to learn and earn. Yeah, so that is one good option there. Then one good thing about getting education in France or any European country for that matter is when you go in France, you get a European Union visa, EU visa, which was like Schengen visa, which will give you an access to 26 Schengen countries. Yeah, so even if you've taken your education in one country in Europe, so you have an option going to all the 26 countries like Switzerland, Italy, your France, your Netherlands, or whatever. These kind of in European countries, you can always plan to work. So the opportunities in terms of work is also increased. So you can have these countries as an option when you search for jobs. Now, some of the best colleges in France are like RNS Lyon, then ILE, then University of Paris, Sorbonne University. So all these universities are kind of very good. And they offer some wonderful courses. Now, France, majorly, it's a fashion hub, okay? I mean, it's a fashion kind of a country. So wonderful courses in fashion management. There is very unique courses in wine making because wineries are also there. So, winemaking kind of in courses, and people have done excellent careers there in that. Cinematography, photography, all these courses are good. Culinary arts, culinary arts is again a wonderful course there. Also, you have courses in IT like cybersecurity. Somebody was saying that they were interested in hotel management and hospitality kind of in courses sometime back when Bipin sir was asking. So yes, even France or somebody was saying UK, but you can also explore other European countries if you're planning for hospitality. Switzerland is one such wonderful destination for hotel management. Yeah. So sports management again is good in France. Yeah. So these are the kind of opportunities and the kind of curriculum that you can plan in this country. Now moving ahead to Canada. Now what happens is most of the time, people say कि मुझे Canada जाना है, or somebody, I don't know if somebody have gone to Canada, you would see n number of Punjabis there or n number of Gujaratis there. Yeah, so yes, Canada, बहुत सारे Indians है वहाँ पे, बहुत सारे Indians जाके settle हुए हैं. And majorly the intakes for the education is like again September, Jan are the two common intakes. Apart from that, there are some universities which are also open for May intake. Yeah, so this is the third intake. So किसी ने अगर deadline miss की होगी तो they can also plan for their main intakes, but then the university options are limited. Yeah. Also, the tuition fees are approximately like your 11 lakhs to 15 lakhs per annum. This is the minimum range. Obviously, some of the universities will also have around 20-25 lakhs as well. So we are mentioning here what is the minimum range of tuition fees that you can think of in that country. Also, you have a living expense of around 6 to 7 lakhs per annum that can easily be managed. Then in Canada, there is something called as SDS entry scheme for Indian students. So which means that, these are the kind of visa processing which happens fast. There are certain mandates for this entry, but then Indian students जिनको apply करना होता है Canada through, Canada में बहुत सारे अगर SDS scheme through जाए तो it is always going to be beneficial for them. Yeah. Then you have, once you are entered in Canada, one of the wonderful, Niagara Falls, if you have heard of, that divides Canada and US. So, you have easy entry to US certain states as well. Yeah. If you are in Canada, then, obviously when you go there, your TOEFL and IELTS is mandatory for even if you are planning to settle in that country. So a lot of students or professionals apply from here for the kind of an immigration to Canada. So for them, any immigration to Canada, either you're going for education or immigration separately, your IELTS is mandatory. IELTS or TOEFL is mandatory. That exam is mandatory for you to give. Yeah. So some of the top universities for the kind of like courses like business management, and you have, your healthcare is good. Your bio-related courses are good. Your core engineering courses are good. Your psychology courses are there. Your media and journalism courses, your agricultural and forest related courses. There are wonderful courses which has been offered in Canada. In the universities like Toronto, Vancouver, Waterloo, Ottawa, Montreal. These are some of the best known universities in Canada. Yeah. So I hope, but at the same time, I just want to give you a highlight over here that a lot of visa rejections have happened for Canada for last year. Last year, last 2 years, if you see, there have been a lot of visa rejections in Canada. And in the visa rejection letter, there is a clear-cut understanding which comes to students saying that we think that you are going to settle in that country. Okay, so, whenever you're planning to go in any country, never disclose that, okay, fine, agar settle hona bhi hai, to don't ever disclose that, okay, fine, I want to settle in this country to visa officers, because obviously they don't want n number of students coming there or immigrants coming there and, hampering their resident jobs. So, आप हमेशा आपका statement यही रहना चाहिए कि no, we want to come there, we want to study, take an experience, and then come back in my country. So generally that has to be your approach when you are going for your visas. Yeah. Then another good destination is Australia. Now, Canada, definitely there were people who thought of immigrating in Canada, and PRs can also be applied from here in Canada. Similar as a country in Australia, like, opportunity in Australia. Australia is one such country where, you can actually think of settling. Yeah, because and one advantage in that country is if you look at the typical age of residents over there, they are above their 45s or 50s or 60s, right? So they really want a lot of young children to come and settle in that country, and the opportunities and the options are also provided in a good way. Yeah. So Australia typically has 3 intakes for their education system. Look, like Feb intake is there, July intake is there, and November intake. So these are 3 intakes when their courses start for different universities. Yeah. Then, it's a very, as I told you, it's a very friendly, skilled immigration process is there. You can certainly, right now, even Australia has extended the post-study work permit options. So in each country, there are certain options of post-study work permit. In Australia, they have made it 3 years. So agar aapka education wo country mein ho jata hai, like 1 year course, 2 year course, whatever that you go for, you have an option to stay in that country for good 3 years, right? So that's the reason, again, people have been shifting a lot of options to study in Australia, right? Again, there are high employability options after studies. Once you study in Australia, opportunities are also there. People do get options, people do get, jobs. Obviously, जैसे बहुत बार मुझे students पूछते हैं कि मैम अगर मैं बाहर जाता हूँ तो मेरा job तो confirm है, right? So no consultant or no kind of an education expert will guarantee you job in any kind of a country, not even in India, because it's all up to you, how you perform, how you sell, and how you prove your worth in that country, right? So it's not that कि अगर मेरा भी education के लिए मैंने शुरुआत की है तो let me just relax for 2 years, just take the education and then think of a job. No, your job thing and your thing, your kind of an opportunity, career opportunities has to be there right from like first month settling month होता है, right from there second month से ये दिमाग में आपके होना चाहिए. So there are certain things which you really have to plan better. You have to be in touch with your alumni, your professors, your overall conduct has to be good in that university. Projects has to be undertaken. So all these things will definitely lead for you to get good job in that country. Yeah. The approximate living cost in Australia is around 7 to 8 lakhs per annum. And again, like as I said, as other countries, you will also have an opportunity to earn. Like part-time jobs are available, so you can also earn when you learn, right? Some of the best courses in Australia are, a lot of students go there for finance-related courses, your biomedical-related courses, actuarial science-related courses, your agricultural science, your allied science, and the one wonderful course is like in social work. Yeah, social work, healthcare professionals are all in demand in these countries. Yeah, so you can think of some best universities like Melbourne, University of Sydney, Monash, RMIT, Queensland, Auckland. These are some top-notch universities in Australia. Yeah, you can definitely try to study there and you will have a wonderful opportunities. Yeah. Now, in addition to all this, the kind of traditional destinations that students used to go for, there are new 3 destinations that people are thinking to go. And these are like New Zealand, for some of the wonderful courses in animation, IT, agricultural engineering. Switzerland is very well known for hotel management and tourism related courses, investment banking and finance related courses. As we all know that Swiss Bank, हमने हमेशा Swiss Bank के बारे में सुना है, तो yes, Swiss Bank is a bank which is in Switzerland and जहाँ पे बहुत सारे high network या basically high end जो rich people है उनके accounts होते हैं, so that's in Switzerland. So finance is also wonderful opportunity in Switzerland that is available. Ireland also provides some of the very good opportunities for finance people as well as communication and public relation courses, pharma related courses, film, photography and video editing related courses. So Ireland is one new destination which has been added, and Ireland is not very far from UK. It's just some part of Ireland is a part of UK. So, there is good opportunities if somebody is planning for these kind of courses, they can always think of these new destinations. Yeah. then there is a lot of students who come to us, okay, fine, that, oh yeah, I have to go, but then some or other opportunities, mainly because of some finance arrangements, or probably with a lot of things that, some financial crunches that have come in the family or whatever, and they उनको जाना है बाहर, but शायद finance उतना arrange हो नहीं पाता. So one wonderful such destination is Italy. Because Italy, again, is a country where, some of the good courses in business management, tourism, engineering, fashion hub hai Italy, right? So fashion related courses, computer science related courses, mechanics, statistics related courses. So all these kind of courses are offered in Italy. Very welcoming kind of country. Now, one unique thing about Italy is there are a lot of scholarships which are being offered in Italy. Yeah, बहुत सारे scholarship opportunities है, and the total expense that typically comes in for Italy is like maximum up to 5 lakhs per annum, or and that to the entire processing वगैरह सब कुछ करके कम से कम 3 to 4 lakhs में भी हो सकता है, but this is the higher end option that I'm saying, that maximum 5 lakhs आ सकता है, and it can start as low as around 3 to 4 lakhs. Yeah. There are like people like us also help you with getting how scholarships, how it can be applied, what it can be done, how it can be through universities, which all university offers maximum scholarships. So these all can be really planned well in Italy. Now there are wonderful masters and bachelor level programs. Stipend, now one unique thing in Italy is, now when you go there for study, there are certain universities which gives you stipend option. जैसे आप study कर रहे हो university में, और monthly आपको एक stipend आ जाता है जो which takes care of your stay and living. They also have some good hostel facilities. So generally, even the government is quite supportive in terms of giving you that kind of opportunities where you can study and be relaxed about not spending much. Yeah, again, Italy being part of European Union, you can have access to countries like Switzerland, France, Netherlands. So all 26 European countries में वो option आपको मिल जाता है जहाँ पे you can take the opportunities to even work. Yeah. Now this option I'm just showing you because there are a lot of times आपने 11th 12th में you've taken some good IG or IB kind of board, and later probably sometimes it happens that some family emergencies have come, or probably somebody is not able to take long courses ahead in countries or whatever. They can always think of taking up short courses in countries like Mauritius, right? So they offer some of the best diploma courses, small certification courses in the field of accounting, hospitality, human resource management, marketing. So basically business management or hospitality, accounting related बहुत अच्छे छोटे courses, 6 months, 1 year courses options available होते हैं. So this is one of the good option. And again, the kind of an expense which is required is not more than 2.5 lakhs. So you be in that country, you get option for you be in the country for 1 or 2 years, you start your part-time job, you earn some kind of job. Sometimes some people are even not able to do it like their further education. So there are opportunities even for the people who have breaks in their career. So still the opportunities can be provided in Mauritius, right? You also have good placement assistance, part-time jobs kind of options available in Mauritius. Yeah. Now, so generally, any kind of queries that you have with regard to your master and bachelor courses, there are experts like you have your counselor in Cambria whom you can talk to. You can talk to an experts like us. So we can help you which country, which course, why you have to go there. So we genuinely help you with a kind of an understanding कि अगर आपको जाना है एक कोर्स के बारे में सोचा है आपने, so how do we really plan a country, which kind of universities, what kind of budgets, so everything can be discussed with you and the entire planning can be seamless. Yeah. Maybe humanities, fashion, banking, engineering. There are some medical abroad universities also which provide medical courses, pharma. So all these courses can be discussed and can be planned about in abroad countries. As I told you there, in most of the countries you have post-study work permits option available. So which is like once you complete your study in that country, allowed your visa extension happens by default, not by default, there is a process, but then you are allowed as a student, you are allowed to be in that country post your education is finished, to be in the country either for a year or 2 year or 3 years, like in Australia. In UK, you have 2 years option. So you can stay in the country, you can search for your jobs. And most of the time, whatever expenses that you have put in for your education, in 2 years or 3 years of your jobs in these countries, you can easily earn that. Yeah. And I also discussed about you some kind of an internship programs that these countries and universities have, where universities have the kind of a combination programs where your study and your internships are either combined, or there are some short internship opportunities that are being provided from the college. Now, one of my students who went to UK for cinematography kind of a course, if college provide them some special training of 6 months in their field by their own. Okay, so these kind of an opportunities are very well, available in some of the universities. You just have to select the right kind of a university and right kind of a country basis on your requirements. मेरा friend गया है, मैंने सुना है, this is not the right platform or this is not the right way to plan your education abroad. Yeah. So what are the general preparation that a student and a parent have to do really, when you plan for your education abroad? So, plan well in advance, because a lot of times, as I told you at the start, मेरा अभी तक 12th होना है, मुझे bachelor study के लिए जाना है, so let me finish my 12th, और let me जब मेरा 12th खत्म होने को आ रहा है तब भी मैं जाऊंगा and understand करूंगा कि कैसे मैं आगे जा सकता हूँ आगे. So no, it is not that way. You really have to plan at least a year and a half before when you plan for your education abroad. Why? Because there are certain timelines. You have to prepare for your entrances. Now we showed a slide where certain entrances has to be mandatorily given for some of the bachelor's or master level studies. So these entrances have to be planned better. उसकी preparation करने के लिए time होना चाहिए. वो exams देने के लिए time होना चाहिए. Exams के कभी-कभी timelines अलग-अलग होते हैं. Now good part is most of this exam जो आप बाहर जाने के लिए देते हो वो आप multiple times आप दे सकते हो. Like your IELTS आप multiple times दे सकते हो. Your SAT can be given multiple times. Your GR, GRE, GMAT can be given multiple times. But when you're giving it multiple times, ऐसे नहीं है कि यार चलो एक बार देके देखते हैं. You're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, right? So plan it properly and give it. Like maximum in 2 attempts you have to clear it, right? So understanding your timelines is very important. As I told you, 1.5 years is good because entrance exams, fund arrangements. अगर जाना है तो some countries would require you to keep the funds in the bank for 6 months. Some countries will allow you for 3 months. या कोई countries में, like country like Canada will say कि okay fine, if you have to go, generally they appreciate all 1 year का fund in your account. वहाँ पे GIC account करके होता है. वहाँ पे आपको पूरा fund, living expense as well as आपकी tuition fees 1 साल की भरनी पड़ती है. And these are amounts are not in thousands, these are in lakhs, right? So really you and your parents have to plan these things properly and well in advance. So hence plan it at least a year and a half before. Now there are certain students, jinka they have to also think about focusing in terms of their career interest. Lot of times people are not aware कि मुझे किसमें career करना है, right? So discussing well with the expert is always going to help you. For some countries, if you're planning for European countries, there are certain, a kind of languages that you will have to learn. Like if you're going in France, French is good. In European countries, generally French, German are mainly spoken. There are some people who aspire to go in other countries and, like mechanical, automobile related careers. Germany is one good option. So, you have to be well aware of that language. At least your basic understanding of your speaking, listening, writing has to be in place, right? So, अगर आपने कुछ basic course यहाँ पे किया है, तो it's always going to help, right? Then always know your travel destination well, because when you're going in that country, India जैसे नहीं है, because the weather conditions are going to be different, right? You have to understand that कभी-कभी कुछ आपके health related issues हो सकते हैं. कौन सी दवाई वहां पे जाने से पहले आपको कैरी करनी है, कौन सी चीजों का प्रिकॉशन लेना है, क्या क्या चीजें प्लान करनी है, आपका स्टे अरेंजमेंट करना है. सो ऑल दैट थिंग्स, अगर आपके ट्रैवल डेस्टिनेशन के बारे में आप पहले से ही जान लो प्रॉपरली, इट्स गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. अगर आप वहां पे कल जाते हो, योर पेरेंट्स आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी अराउंड यू. इवन इफ दे आर गोइंग टू बी अराउंड यू, they are going to be hardly for maximum 15 to 20 days, right? They will have to come back, but you will have to survive in that country for another 1 or 2 years. So it's always better to have things in place, know your travel destination, and consult a right kind of a person who will help you plan and take you entirely through the end-to-end process, right? So that's the reason plan in advance well. Yeah, and I mean, generally the kind of services that we have is career counseling. Somebody's confused about the career, we help them. Like, most of the time you would have seen yourself in this kind of a situation. So, you really don't know where I'm going, or which route should I take, which subject will be appropriate for me, or, what is the kind of a risk if I take this, what is the kind of a risk I am getting involved in, which country, which university, which is good for me, which will suit my budget. All this kind of questions a person has, right? So yes, person like me, or a person, people who are in your school can certainly help you come out of that confusion, and we can certainly guide you well on career counseling and education abroad services, right? So the right way of, like, if somebody is really confused कि मुझे कौन से career में जाना है, it's always better to find a proper career for you through career assessments, या at least finding and knowing about an alternative career option. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि हम एक कोई career दिमाग में सोचते हैं, and अगर वो कहीं successful नहीं हुआ, या उसके related entrance exam clear नहीं हुई, या जो भी हुआ, so you should be well prepared about your alternative careers as well. So it's always good to have a discussion with an expert to find out your mainstream career and your alternative career, right? Also, as I told you, don't go in that career just because you see good kind of money there, or you see good kind of opportunities there. कि मुझे ना शायद मैंने सुना है कि यहाँ पे अच्छा जॉब मिलता है, या शायद मेरा फ्रेंड गया है तो आई एम श्योर वो बहुत होशियार है, उसने जो सोचा होगा वो परफेक्ट होगा, तो लेट मी टेक दैट ऑप्शन. You understand what you are good at. It's always better, because अगर आप जिसमें अच्छे हो तो you are going to make good about that career. I am sure everybody would have seen a movie called as 3 Idiots, right? You've seen those 3 characters, right? So it's always better that you understand where your passion lies, what you want to get into. अगर आपको एक्चुअल पैशन है वो करियर के बारे में, तो 100% आप वो करियर में अच्छा कर पाओगे, 100% आप वो करियर में ग्रो हो पाओगे, और पैसा इज गोइंग टू बी फॉलोइंग, राइट? ये करियर में पैसा है ऐसे नहीं होता. वंस यू आर गुड इन दैट करियर, वंस यू आर एबल टू ग्रो इन दैट काइंड ऑफ एन करियर, देन मनी कम्स टू यू. सो प्लीज प्लान योर थिंग्स प्रॉपरली. या एंड just to take you further, we also have, like, when you are planning about your dream career, generally plan your kind of an entrance. These are the kind of steps that you have to follow. So plan your entrance as well, meet the expert, identify where you want to go, what you want to do, discuss with your school counselor. If at initial stage you want to have that discussion, begin your process, get associated with the right kind of people. Like, I'm sure work like the Cambria school, the work they're doing is amazing. They're providing their students much wonderful opportunities, the way that you can get better idea about the world, better idea about your career, right? So be associated with the right kind of people. When you plan about your study abroad, understand the application process as well. Generally, when you receive your offer letter, there is some timelines that you have to give to complete your admission process. The visa process happens, the pre-departure briefing happens. So all that thing requires a proper guidance, right? So go to a right kind of a person, and I'm sure you will have excellent career in whatever way you're planning, right? So I'm sure the overall brief that we gave you about different countries, the kind of planning that you will have to do, the kind of an approach that you will have to have about your career, is certainly going to help you in some or other way. Because of the limited time, we couldn't complete the entire thing today, but yes, anything that you have more in details, you can always approach Payal ma'am. If there is something that it requires an advanced consulting, Payal ma'am can always direct you to me. Or basically, you can always think about taking the right person's guidance. Yeah, so that's all I think I will have to cover today for you guys. And I'm sure all the Cambria faculty is there to help you out in terms of guiding and taking you to the next level of your career, right? And schools like Cambria and other IB and IGCSE kind of schools are definitely helping a lot towards planning the abroad education well by giving you a feel of that education right in India, right? So think about it, plan things better. And thank you so much, Cambria School and the faculties and the management for giving me this opportunity today. It will be of great pleasure for me to have any kind of support given to your students anytime that you require. Yeah, thank you so much. Payal ma'am, over to you. Payal ma'am or Bipin sir, over to you guys. If you have any, I mean, yes, we are open for question and answer session as well. So if anybody has any kind of questions, I'm sure you guys would have.
I think Payal madam, Hina madam's talk is pending. Hina madam hai. Hina madam is online. She is available.
Thank you, Sheetal ma'am. I hope I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Thank you, Sheetal ma'am, for addressing our students and parents. I'm sure the information shared by you is really going to help our students while planning their further education abroad. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, let me introduce you all to a persona who is always a savior and a constant source of motivation. She has 18 years of experience in the education field. She is none other than our very own respected principal, Mrs. Hina Falke ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. May I please request you to share your words of wisdom, please?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much, Pal Madam, for such a gentle introduction. Good evening, Bipin sir. Good evening, Miss Savant. Good evening, Pal Madam, and good evening, all the lovely audiences, the students and the parents. We at Cambria International School always ensure that we are providing you the right kind of platform to take right kind of decision in your life. Students and parents, as both of you are listening to us today, in the course of life, it happens that there will be many instances where you will be at crossroads. Crossroads meaning that you will be at a junction where you have many options before you, and each option may be very different from each other. So that is the time when you are confused to choose what option should I go for, what to do, and each individual option may alter from another individual. As very rightly Ms. Savant has quoted that do not follow your peers, do not follow like a herd of a sheep, like ye ja raha hai to mujhe bhi jana hai. So you have to take the calculated decision. Therefore, learning decisions, taking decision at the right time can become a game changer for any student, because at times single decisions that you take in your life may change your life forever. And I would say that decision sometimes, it changes your destiny. But making the decision, taking right steps, how it will come to you? It comes to you through proper channel where you are in right kind of setting, in right kind of environment where such kind of opportunities are provided to you. So I am very proud and to be associated with the Cambria International School and Junior College, especially with the CMD of this organization, Mr. Bipin Pote, who always thinks about providing platforms to learners so that other than education, we provide them platforms which are real in sense, where they have an opportunity to explore. So my dear students, whatever you do in life, take informed, calculated decisions, whether you want to study abroad or in India. The basic education that you have to take, that is your 10th standard, 11th standard, and 12th standard, has to be mindful education. And you have to develop global mindset. Whether you are studying in India or you are studying abroad, you are choosing universities abroad, important factor which Miss Sawant also would agree, I feel that the children should have global mindset, because in case you choose to study abroad, if your all prospects are sorted and you have finalized, you have spoken to the career counselor, you have spoken to the academic counselor, and you have planned and you have taken your calculated decision, then you have to build mindset. So what we do at the Cambria International School is we develop mindsets of students from the very basic age when they go to they step into their higher secondary or secondary education. So slowly and gradually the students built up their mindset, which leads them to take right decision. And the platform like this, which is giving a lot of opportunities to students to explore, I'm very sure that the students who are listening to us today, they have all cleared their doubts about studying abroad, because at times they get misguided, at times they get influenced wrongly by not talking to experts, by not listening to the right kind of people. So we ensure, other than the academics, that we are doing it very well. As in the beginning, Payal ma'am rightly said that we have toppers in SAT, we have India topper in our school and junior college. Along with this, we also ensure that if they want to choose a correct career option, we do a lot of things. This is one of it from these things. So it was a wonderful session. And I'm sure there are a lot of takeaways from today's session. And students, please remember that we are committed to student-centric education, which prepares them not only for academics, not only for employability, but for life. Because teaching them decision making, then financial literacy in the long period of time that we do, all these things make your total package when you are going out of the Cambria International School and Junior College. You are well prepared to take the decision to step into the world of opportunities, I would say. With this, I would like to open this forum for question and answers, so that students who have a lot of question and answers about going abroad may explore it further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hina ma'am. Parents, I'm just pasting the feedback link in the chat box. Kindly fill that link because your feedback is of utmost importance to us. And I request all the three speakers to address our parents with their question and answers. So parents, in case if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat box. This is a wonderful opportunity wherein you can ask your questions. In case if you have any questions you wish to answer, get your reply, please do put it in chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask that question.
Payal madam, can you see the chats that students are putting? Because I'm not able to see that.
I can see, ma'am, but as of now, there are no questions.
Okay. So I'm sure, I think students are either they are enlightened with the entire information and they are good to go, or probably they are really very confused and they need to come back to you in terms of understanding what requires next. Yeah. So guys, I'm sure you have experts here. We can help you out with planning and your things properly. It's just that don't be in confusion and get clarity and talk to experts and move ahead. Yeah.
We always say that there are two things: either they have understood everything that is being spoken, or they have not understood anything. So we are positive and we are thinking it the positive way, that the students are very clear. And very rightly said by Ms. Sawant that we have our on-board counselor as well. So the students who are having any concerns with respect to taking career decisions, we at Cambria International School and Junior College are very, I would say, that pro and efficient to handhold you once you step with us. We see to it that we handhold you in our 10th, 11th, and 12th standard to give you important opportunities to explore yourself, explore your potential, build your profile so that you apply to foreign universities. So all this work, we do it in our junior college so that the students are tension free when they go out from our college. So it is that way at this moment of time.
Sheetal ma'am, I have a question directed towards me. It says, that's a question for you, which says, can some insight be put for Dubai?
Yeah, so Dubai, yes, Dubai does have good kind of programs, but Dubai, Singapore, these kind of countries doesn't offer you post-study work permits. Yeah, but there are, yes, you can definitely go for an education over there. Any specific course or whatever, I would suggest to have a one-to-one discussion so that we can guide you specifically on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another question is, what are the suggestions for a part-time job while attending universities?
Sure. So what happens is generally when you study for a particular course, not necessarily that you will get part-time jobs in the same kind of a course. And I mean, 99% there are chances that you will get not in what you're doing, but something else. So it might be, as low as you're working in a grocery shop, or, supporting, be a kind of an attender in, McDonald's, or Walmart, or those kind of shops, and probably a small kind of an accounts jobs, or small kind of an data entry kind of in jobs. So all these are part-time small jobs that is available, and I would encourage people to take that, because any kind of an industry experience in another country is certainly going to help. One another good thing about this country is no job is looked at in a very small way. Every worker or every kind of an employee there is looked at in a very dignified way, and nothing that they can be really shy about. I have seen good family people, like people who have had a good amount of money here in India, have gone there and have done a small time jobs just to get an experience, just to understand how the country and how the culture works, and earn their part time. So probably yes, like once you are far like 3-6 months ahead of your course completion, you can surely get into your kind of an course jobs or a part-time those kind of an jobs. But without just start, nobody is going to give you or offer you a relevant job in your field.
Thank you. Hina ma'am, this question is for you. How does international curriculum help you to get you admissions in abroad universities?
See, first of all, as I told you, that international curriculum, specifically the curriculum that we are running, that makes up your mindset in the first place. And it gives you ample opportunities to explore different kind of career options as we are giving it today. Then we also have a process of profile building, which usually what happens is, if you have to apply to abroad universities, you have to have a certain profile. Only academics will not work for that. All right. So for profile building, like Ms. Sawant was stating about, doing part-time jobs. So in our profile building activities, we kind of suggest students to take up internship. We are associated with different kind of organizations to do that. We give you internal community service options and we also give you options to collaborate amongst the students who are in the college, and also in the different colleges, even in the colleges abroad. So we give you a multi-dimensional opportunity to groom yourself, hone your skills, because once the skills are honed in the college level, that is in 11th and 12th standards, you develop a mindset of choosing your career options. So when you choose your career options with the complete academics and the whole hand holding that we do in our college, you become efficient to take up any course in any university and in any country. The entire context is about developing right kind of mindset, and which we very efficiently do it in our college.
Thank you, Hina ma'am. Sheetal ma'am, again, this question is for you. As you said, in UK VI IELTS below degree is accepted. So can you just explain this in brief?
So what happens is, generally at the bachelor's level, there is a separate test of specifically for UK IELTS. Okay, so this is a similar kind of a test, which is an English language proficiency test. But if you are very clear that you want to go for UK for your undergraduate program, then UK via IELTS is also accepted. That is one of the exam which you can give for UK study in for a bachelor's level.
Ms. Sawant, I have a query. In fact, I had this information, if you validate that. If the children have given IGCSE first level English, so still the IELTS is required by the universities there, or it would function that way?
So sometimes university would, ma'am, give your waiver in terms of IELTS requirement, but IELTS score is very well required during visa processing as well, right?
Visa
So
processing.
visa processing as well. So sometimes your visa requirement will require your IELTS score.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's always better to have one English proficiency test given so that you're sorted with your university admissions, you're sorted with your visa processing.
It is advisable, you mean to say.
It's advisable, yes.
Okay.
Bipin sir, this question is for you. Can we have student exchange for AS level?
Surely we will have, and that question can be answered by Hina madam as well. I have already got some direct message. I would like to answer that first. Let me read the question first, I think. Yeah, Mr. Jitan had asked me kindly give more brief on specialization and diversification. Surely other two speakers will also add some ideas behind it, but my take on it, diversification and specialization, suppose after 12, post 12, if you are going to select any university, any course, you're going to select some major or some minor subject. Suppose you are going to select major subject in psychology or anything maths, and diversification, the other subject opportunity the university will offer. That is something. Suppose my daughter, she's in 12. She's planning to, suppose she's planning to go abroad, and she will select UK and university when she's offered, that university is offering psychology course. But apart from psychology, she's going to do the specialization. But apart from that, diversification is what psychology ke saath mein, which are the other skills she will need it to survive or excel in that area. So we need to see which are the universities offering diversified courses along with specialization. I hope I am clear. And Ms. Sheetal can also add value, which are the courses, how the diversification and specialization go hand in hand.
Sure. So what happens is majorly like, top, like in US, you have top Ivy League universities, right? The universities like Princeton, university like Yale, your Harvard, Stanford. So all these kind of universities, these are top-notch universities, definitely. So these will have some kind of specializations, where you can do majors and minors as well, right? So yes, diversification, if somebody really wants to do a specialization probably in psychology, or then they also have interest in music, or they have interest in law subject or whatever, corporate law, those kind of things. So those kind of subject combinations can be taken through these universities. Also, this kind of universities provide some wonderful research options. So definitely diversity specializations will certainly help you if you're targeting good top-notch universities. Now, what happens is a lot of people say that Ivy Leagues mein har ek ko nahi milta, right? But you should always target in top QS ranking, like around maximum 700 to 8 top universities in the world, so that whatever kind of specialization those universities are offering, you can be benefited out of. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
As far
Thank
as
you,
the
ma'am.
exchange program is concerned, somebody asked the question about exchange program. Yes, definitely. We intend to have an exchange program with the international students. We had been doing this for the school level, but we are intending to do it for the college level as well, the student exchange program, which actually benefit the students to understand the culture of different countries. So it is on our agenda, and this academic year we are going to surely do it. And as far as the specialization and diversification is concerned, see, the Cambria International School and Junior College, if you see the subject selection process over here, that is also very important, because you get this platform from the very basic age of grade 10, where the students are so relaxed. They don't even decide that what to do next. What should I choose in my 11th and my 12th grade? Here we handhold the students to make them aware that these are the subject specifications and diversification available in Cambridge curriculum itself. So the students gets the hand-on experience in their 11th and 12th standard to choose subjects from different stream. Like a commerce student can choose a subject from science and arts to arts stream as well. An art student can choose a science subject and a commerce subject as well. So whatever is your interest, say for example, if you want to become a doctor and you are very good at business studies as well. So tomorrow when you become a doctor and you want to set up your own hospital, this particular knowledge of business studies is definitely going to help you to build up your own business. So it all depends on the interest of the student, especially the student, I would say, because we do not encourage parents interference when it comes to choosing of subject and taking decisions on their own career options. So this is how we prepare from the very basic age of their career foundation, which we call 11th and 12th standard is just a basic career foundation course which makes you eligible to step into a university. That is it. So you get a lot of plethora of experiences when you join with us in the Cambria International School, and you definitely, by the time you do your 12 standards, you have an idea that which field I should be going, where I should be going, which university should I be choosing, what should be my mindset, what should be my awareness, what should be my empathy. Everything will be settled. So we, as I told you in the beginning, that we work on the student-centric approach, and we're committed to work on that in that context.
Rightly said, madam, and I promote always that we should go for specialization and diversification both since A-level 11th standard, because in future, as per the World Economic Forum, every student will have 5 careers. So you should go for the specialization plus diversification hand in hand. The time will change. Time is changing. It's very dynamic time. You cannot focus only on one subject and specialization. You should have this kind of mindset and work and education as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, Palman. I think I have another question. No. Already we
And
had.
madam, one question, I think generally I get from a lot of students, and I want to highlight over here is, a lot of times students are confused कि अगर मुझे बाहर जाना है तो which course, which exam. So I just want to highlight it to all students here, like irrespective of IT, irrespective of management, irrespective of any courses that you want to go at the bachelor's level, if you want to plan, it's good to prepare for SAT. And for master's level, yes, for management, GMAT is there. For engineering and for MS level programs, your GRE is there. So irrespective of, and IELTS is mandatory for everybody, as I mentioned, right? So this is a general level questions. People do have some queries कि अगर मुझे ये कोर्स में जाना है तो कौन सी एग्जाम देनी है, तो ये 3 ही एग्जाम्स जनरली होते हैं.
Ma'am, and just to add that, I mean, I guess SAT scores are now, I mean, even Indian universities have started accepting those scores.
Yeah, I have mentioned that in my presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So yes, SAT scores are very much accepted in a lot of Indian universities as well. And if you're prepared for SAT, then you are good to go in good universities in India as well.
Curriculum itself, guides them to the formulation of base for SAT examination. Of course, you require different preparation for SAT examination for sure, but the base, the kind of attitude towards the examination and the assessment process is developed with the help of the Cambridge assessments and examinations. So that becomes an added value for the students who take up AS and A level or any Cambridge curriculum, which we promote. That will definitely help them in cracking the SAT examinations. And we have live examples with us. 4 of our students have topped India in their SAT examinations. So I wanted to clarify this to all my students, that don't be in the second thought. You can definitely do your SAT, your IELTS, your any competitive examinations along with your AS and A level preparations. Only thing, your preparation has to be parallel. It has to be absolutely parallel. You cannot neglect. You cannot say that अच्छा पहले AS level कर लेते बाद में ये करेंगे, पहले JEE कर लेते बाद में. You have to make up your mind set properly, plan properly what you actually want to do, and don't get swayed away here and there, listening to here and there everybody. You have to make up your mindset, plan well, prepare well, and execute well. You will achieve what you want.
So, Payal madam, if you don't mind, I would just like to give an example of how and when they can plan the timeline. Yeah, we are okay
Yes,
to go.
Yes.
So guys, if you are like you have just finished your 10th grade and you've been, you aspiring for your A and AS skills, or any like 11th or 12th grade basically. So ideally in your 11th grade, you should try to give your IELTS or SAT, that kind of an exam if you're planning for your bachelor studies. 11th के generally during vacation times, 11th का vacation है या आपका दिवाली holiday है और whatever, उससे पहले 4 से 5 महीना you have to start your preparations for SAT, or minimum 5 to 6 months before. And for IELTS, 2 to 3 months preparation. As early you start is good, but minimum 2 to 3 months of preparation for IELTS is required. So I would always suggest that during your 11th, आपका 11th खत्म होने से पहले, you have to be prepared with your SAT and IELTS score. The reason is these scores are valid for 2 long years. Like, 2 long years, IELTS score is valid, your SAT score is valid for more years. So उसमें जब भी आप 12th आपका शुरू हो जाता है, आपकी जो second level exam शुरू हो जाती है, most of the universities admission, if you don't want to take a break in between, ideally all the admissions and the applications and everything starts from your 12th grade. Yeah, so you will say कि 12th खत्म हो जाएगा and then मैं apply करूंगी, वैसे नहीं होता. Most of the college admissions are full by that time. So during your 12th grade, you will have to start your application process and all. And for that application process, your IELTS, your SAT has to be clear, right? So plan in that way where before your 12th, you are ready with your entrance exams, you're ready with your documentation, you're ready with your application process. Yeah, thank you.
Very good point. Miss Sheetal, I think I heard many times student and parent think that I'll go out abroad and then I'll earn also. So is there any specific data how much hours generally they get to work? I mean, कितना time मिलता है बच्चों को? पहले 3 महीने तो मिलेंगे नहीं. Then how much time during concluding all the exams? That there is a myth in various parent mind generally मिलता है कि नहीं बाहर 1 साल का पढ़ाई का पैसा भरना पड़ता है, बाद में वहां से कमा के कर ही देते हैं. तो उतना कवर कर पाते कि नहीं, I don't know. So is there any data precise कि कितना कवर कर पाते?
So there are universities which will allow you maximum of weekend working, or it is a mandate generally. Mandate and basically 40 hours का working चलता है. It's 40 hours per week.
But बच्चे 40 hours बच्चों को मिल पाएंगे पढ़ाई के साथ?
मिल जाते हैं सर, आराम से मिल जाते हैं. That is the maximum that you cannot exceed beyond that. Okay, now some would just work for 20 hours, some would just work for 10 hours. It's up to them to decide. There is no mandate that you have to work for 40 hours. It is that you can maximum work for 40 hours. Right? So
I'm asking another question is, sorry to disturb you. Suppose any child will abroad work 10 hours. So how much hours he can work and how much payment he can earn, money he can earn through this working?
So, sir, it totally depends on which country you're going and what kind of an earning. So the stipends that has been offered in this part-time jobs. Okay, so in a week, typically around 40 to 50,000 is what they earn. Okay, if they work for completely 40 hours or whatever. Now, it all depends on which company you're joining, what kind of a job opportunity you're getting. But generally, if you say 20 to 30,000, तो on an average सबको मिल जाता in an Indian rupees format.
So on an average, उनके जो spending है उसे 20-30% कुछ they could recover.
No, so उनकी जो spending है, like if you go for an example, countries will have around 8 to 9 lakhs of a living expense plus food expense in a year. ठीक है? So on an average, अगर साल का if you have like month का if you have around 70 to 80,000 as a living expense, 80 to 90,000 as a living expense. Overall, in 4 weeks, you can really earn up to 60 to 70,000 maximum. Okay, and if you do more, like if there are long weekends, if there are public holidays, if there is holiday time in the university, you can work more. Hence, we said that most of the time, living is being earned by students in their part-time jobs.
Okay, living can be earned. Other tuition fees we need to bear. They need to bear.
Tuition fees certainly needs to be bear.
Okay.
Also, if you want my partner, I think Rajesh, are you there? If you can throw more light on this. Rajesh, can you put it on mute? No, I think his. Anyway, so this is what the generally thing is, Payal Madam and Bipin Sir, that they earn almost. I think you have put it everybody on mute and they cannot unmute is what I got a message. Can you unmute Mr. Rajesh?
You can also, I think, Ms. Sheetal, you can also. Acha.
Okay, yeah, it's done. Sorry.
Can I
Yes,
speak?
Rajesh.
You're able to hear?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, this is Rajesh, Sheetal's partner. To answer this particular question, I would put it in simple terms. Every country has a different rule of working part time. Okay. However, putting it simple, uh, one can earn enough to take care of living expenses of that particular country. Okay. Having said that, I would still say that a place like Canada, okay, will the studying pattern, education pattern is slightly relaxed, because of which students are able to work those 20-40 hours a week. Okay. But if you go to a country like UK, there is more rigorous practical as well as daily lectures. They have full day colleges most of the times. As a result, students are not able to do part-time jobs. So they do weekend jobs. Okay. So it would differ country to country, but our experience in this field says that children are more or less able to manage their living expenses in each country. I hope that's clear.
Good one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. So are we done with the questions or we still have any questions?
Payal Madam.
Sir, I do not have any more questions.
Okay.
Payal Madam, I have got one question. Is alternative career related to subject selection at AS level? Is alternative career related to subject selection at AS level? Obviously, after me,
Yes, yes,
also
it
throw
is.
some on it. Alternative career related to subject selection. I mean you will be having a lot of subjects options in Cambria, and considering that currently new education policy has been declared in our 2020, and this practice what our country is going to follow, the NEP through international curriculum is following since 40 years. For example, even if you take only three subjects in AS level, with 1 year AS level subject also, some of the international universities will give an admission. AS level, each subject will have a lot of career. So you take one subject with AS level, and that one subject will have a lot of career options. Obviously, it's a very big question, deep question. Which are the subject you are looking for, and as per that subject related option can be discussed.
Okay.
Yeah, Hina Madam.
See, subject selection depends on your choice of what career you want to take up in your future. Like, for example, if you have made up your mind that you want to become an engineer, and you have taken physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and along with that, say, for example, you have also taken global perspective, or you have taken, say, for example, economics or business studies. So automatically your main subject, whatever you want to be in a main field, if you're working towards, you can do that. But even if you do not succeed in cracking up your JEE exams or NEET exams, and you do not want to do your medicine or engineering in India, there are options available in abroad also, where there are different entrance tests for your engineering and your medicines. But say, for example, you changed your mind because your choice keep changing. So hence we also we also handhold to make you realize your aptitude towards a different career option. So once you realize that, then you actually subject your university and what exactly you want to do. When it comes to AS and A level subject selections, you can select main science combined with arts. You can select main arts combined with 1 or 2 subjects of commerce. You can select main commerce combined with few subjects of arts and 1 subject of science. That way also. So nowhere, if you want to say, for example, you have taken commerce and after doing 12th commerce, you have taken 2 sciences with yourself. Like say, for example, you have taken business studies, economics, English, and you have taken chemistry and mathematics. So it's still your option of doing a BSc is open for you if you want to pursue any course in science. If suddenly your interest develops in doing research in science, you with these 2 subjects also you can take a BSc. There are many universities which are allowing you to do BSc. Vice versa for commerce, vice versa for arts. So these 2 years actually train your mind to formulate a base for your career. And when you complete your 12 standards with your aptitude test done, with the expert talks, with the experiences that you will be getting in the college, you will be able to freeze your mind that where do I specialize and which field should I choose as a minor subject and what do I do next in my life. It is that.
Right, rightly said, and very important that the kind of culture we are having in Cambria, the beyond academic session, where we are bringing a lot of different mentor, different exposure, which will help you to take different career related choices. My daughter was also in the Cambria and A level. She had done her subject selection was psychology, business study, and English. So if you'll see, the one is from commerce, one is from science, and one is from arts. This is called the specialization plus diversification. If she wants to pursue the career in psychology, she should aware about the business science as well. If she wants to set up a clinic or kind of any startups in psychology. Same time, if she want to pursue another career as a teaching profession, if she is having kind of liking in communication, so English major, so with knowledge she can plan her another career. So this is our related ACE level subject topic, which will help you to different career options at a time. And this is something very unique in India, and still people are not aware about how we can plan career with only 3-4 subjects and multiple careers. Because earlier, I personally, in every program, I'm informing all the parents, the plain FY, SY, BCom, BAc, BA is creating unemployment in our country. 11, 12 basic plain commerce and science colleges is doing blenders. हमारे देश में 11, 12 में सिर्फ one sided development हो रही है, and then post 12 के बाद again one sided development हो रही है, and the market is changing outside very drastically. So please make sure that in 11, 12 it's your foundation. Yes, you should have different subject, different exposure, different kind of curriculum, and different kind of exposure where you will understand yourself. The curriculum should help you to understand you, self discovery. ये 2 साल में self discovery हो जाती है कि मैं कौन से career में, then you will all set to go further. So different career option के लिए needed है कि आपका foundation भी उस different तरीके से subject के साथ में.
Absolutely.
Okay. Payal madam, now I don't have any question. अगर किसी के पास आए रहेंगे question, ठीक है. और
So even I don't think so there are any more questions. Parents, I have again posted the feedback link. Please fill the link in case if you have not filled that. Sir, if there are no questions, can we proceed towards the end of this session?
Yeah, we should.
I think we are good to go then in that case.
Okay. With this, we come to the end of today's webinar. And before closing, I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable CMD, Mr. Bipin Pote, sir, the management and trustees of the Cambria International School and Junior College, and our respected principal, ma'am, Mrs. Hina Falke, for providing this platform for us. I also thank our guest speaker, Ms. Sheetal Sawant, ma'am, for a valuable suggestion and sharing her knowledge with us. And I'm sure our parents and students will have valuable takeaways from this session. Last but not the least, I thank all the dear parents and students who made themselves available from their busy schedules. We appreciate the efforts taken. So thank you all for joining us. Have a good evening and a great weekend. Thank you.
Good evening. Have a great week ahead. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye. Well done, Sheetal madam, Payal madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.